Well, lockdown behaviour has been different for all of us, but police have caught more drivers in a hurry, and with fewer cars on the road, some are turning streets into raceways.
There is no doubt that someone could easily be killed.
About 1 foot that way, and I would have been dead.
You wouldn't exactly call this essential travel.
As we've been in lockdown, it appears for some stupidity has gone to a whole new level. Tonight, the reckless antics that could cost lives.
It's completely irresponsible, it's illegal, and it's highly risky.
Hoons turning suburban streets into racetracks. These idiots just beggar belief. Take a close look at the back of their ute, three mates all on a wild ride. And if you didn't think they could get any stupider, think again. No tyres, no worries.
It doesn't take very much intelligence to press an accelerator pedal, and certainly that's something that's being displayed on those videos.
After all that burnt rubber, seems it's time for a car wash.
He's done it! He's done it!
This driver's got one hand on his phone, the other on the wheel.
And the car went flying against the olive tree.
74-year-old Frank says he was almost killed by a hoon whose Bogan edition Commodore nearly wiped the grandfather out.
And then I heard the biggest and loudest explosion that I've heard in my 74 years of life. Bang! And I fell down.
Police say the 34-year-old driver told them his V8 skidded in a puddle of water. Officers say he was trying to rip a burnout. They impounded his car following last Thursday's frightening near miss.
And I was asking, where's my husband? He's under the car because I couldn't find him anyway.
And he goes, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And she thought I was under the car because the shed was still standing but moved about 40 centimeters that way. And she thought I was under the car.
These fame-seeking hoons might think it's funny, but authorities say it's far from a joke.
When you go deliberately looking for trouble, it is just literally a powder keg of what could potentially go wrong there.
Russell White is founder of the Australian Road Safety Foundation and says he's appalled by the vision we showed him.
And to just understand the risk they're not only placing to themselves, but to innocent people. And I could nearly guarantee if something bad happened, they would do anything to reverse that situation.
They call this one the snag and skid.
I'm doing a burnout in the trade centre. Oh, it's a massive thing on Facebook at the moment, apparently.
It's the latest internet craze that could easily spin out of control.
When you've got public around, when you've got people, you know, mothers, fathers, children, in a very public area, it's just incredible to think that somebody would choose to do that sort of activity. There's controlled spaces and controlled avenues for them to be able to do that. A public road, a public area, an area where you've got vulnerable road users literally within metres of that vehicle is potentially catastrophic.
Russell says the lockdown has been fueling a rise in risk-taking on our roads.
What's worrying with that sort of trend is that as things start to return to normal, if those same levels of bad behaviour continue, we're going to see a significant spike in road trauma, not only injury but mental illness and obviously fatalities as well.
And for those thinking they'll never get caught,
My wife at the end said, I'm sorry for the man, and the policeman said, don't be sorry for him. They told me this is not the first time there is driving like that. It's a hoon, it has burnouts everywhere, and it's been caught a few times with endangering people's life on the road.
It can go from anything from fines to having the vehicles confiscated. So I would certainly support, if anyone's caught doing this type of activity, that the book gets thrown at them.